Hey y'all, it's Linda, Wreaths by Linda. Welcome. Today we are going to be working on a Texas Rangers baseball wreath. About 6 or 8 weeks ago I made one on a Facebook Live, and it was for an order, and I received a couple more orders for it and ran out of product. So anyway, this is finally got some in, and so we're going to get started. This is for Miss Mildred, and again, I appreciate you stopping by. If this is your first time at my channel, I hope that you'll reach over there and subscribe to me, and also if you click that little red bell, it'll let you know whenever I'm going to upload new content. Thanks again, and hold on and we'll pan down and get started. Okay, as you can see, we have this really cute metal sign, and I have another order, but I can't get any more of these signs, so I'm having to wait for one to come in, and it's a wooden one, but I'm excited. I ordered several different ones. We also have this miniature bat, has the Ranger logo on it. I ordered these from the MLB shop, and it has some autographs on it. Set those over there out of the way. Okay, we've already cut our ribbons, so cut to 12. I think that's right. Let's make sure. Actually, I think I cut them to 13. They're cut to 13. This is 2.5 inch. There's a red, white, and blue check, and then there's our plaid and a solid red. Both of them are canvas wired ribbons. Very, very nice. I cut the mesh to 30 inches. And I'm just using the ruffle method. Let me back up, show you a couple more things. This is a 15-inch work wreath frame, and it measures 15 from side to side. And then by the time you add your mesh and ribbons and everything to it, it makes it about 24 inches wide. It's also elevated, as you can see here, and again, by the time you add all your mesh and ribbons and everything, it makes it about 8 to 10 inches deep. Okay, all right, we're just going to sit there, and we're just going to keep going. So when I'm ruffling, I just like to turn the edge under just a little bit, just a little bit. And then we just put our thumbs here and just start ruffling up the middle. You guys missing your baseball season? We sure are here. Love me some Texas Rangers and Colorado Rockies. That's my teams. And pull our ties a good 2 or 3 times. And we want our mesh to stand up here beside each other. Here. Whenever you're cutting your mesh, the closer you get to the roll, the tighter the roll, the curl becomes. We like to put those on the outside. Makes for a prettier ruffle. Yeah, not only did we lose professional baseball, but we lost high school baseball, college baseball. My grandson's in college, and Little League. Although I fully expect that we're probably going to hear something about Little League coming up here pretty soon. I don't know. The parks aren't open yet. My grandson that plays college ball is coming home, though, because there's apparently a collegiate league, collegiate age league, I should say, that some guys are playing in, kind of like a recreational league, but of course it's competitive baseball. And that's just my Nick. He just has to stay busy with baseball all the time. If he's not in class, he is working out. He's at the batting cage. He's begging somebody to hit with him or throw to him or something. But he's been that way ever since he was little bitty bitty. He is a baseball fanatic. And he is a very good baseball player. I do apologize. I think I got a little frog in my throat for some reason. I don't really know why. Yeah, Miss Mildred and Miss Sally both ordered wreaths from me off of that live, which was very, very nice of them, because that was a horrible live. You know, that, oh my gosh, Facebook just buffered and buffered and buffered. But they stuck it out with me, and they both ordered wreaths from me, and I was so excited, and delivered Miss Sally's to her a couple of weeks ago. Miss Mildred wasn't in as big a hurry, but got Miss Sally's to her because she ordered it for her mom, and I figured she might want it by Mother's Day. And anyway, and so I was waiting on some more that red, white, and blue plaid ribbon to come in so I could finish Miss Mildred's. And when Sally took hers over and took it to her mama and put it on her mama's door, the neighbor ordered one. So I'm thankful, very thankful. Are some of you guys still home, or are you all getting ready to go back to work? Right now on my screen, I don't know about on your screen, but on my screen this looks almost like a turquoise, but it's not. This is a royal blue, and it is so pretty. But anyway, are some of you, I'm retired. My husband and I both are retired. We've been retired a couple of years now, and so really the staying home hasn't affected us to that extent, other than we were, you know, we retired and we like to travel, and so we would, you know, get in the car and go. Whether it was just up to Oklahoma to the casino, or whether it was a, you know, a pre-planned trip where we go, we like to go. And not being able to do that's been kind of a bummer. We had a couple of planned trips that got canceled. And then of course, like I said, we go watch my grandson in college play ball. That all got canceled. But anyway, as far as, you know, the other thing is, it seems like I spend a whole lot more at the grocery store, but it probably all evens out because we're not we're not eating out. And not only that, but back before Christmas I started keto, and so we don't really get a lot of food to go, because I don't eat potatoes, and I don't eat bread, and pastas, things like that. So when it's kind of funny when we have, you know, right, when we're going out to eat, I could get steak or, you know, anyway. See, back over here, you could tell that that's the royal blue. Wow, that's so pretty. And I haven't really fallen off my diet while we've been indoors. I haven't been super diligent, but I do what's called dirty lazy keto. I don't count my carbs. I just kind of watch them real close. But I haven't exercised like I should, and boy, I can really tell that. A couple of times this week I went outside and pulled weeds with my husband, and boy, the up and down and up and down. And that first couple of days, my back and hips were absolutely killing me. But I survived. Okay, we got that outer row done. But you know, doing the keto is real funny because if you go in and you start trying, you know, the main thing is no bread, no sugars, no pasta, no potatoes, no beans, things like that. But you know, it's okay. It is okay. You just have. It's just a matter of making up your mind what you're going to do. And I love my chips and salsa. You can still have salsa. That's not an issue. I love corn chips. I could have. You can have all the pork rinds you want. And I can eat pork rinds, that's fine. But every now and then, you know, you just gotta have a bite of a tortilla chip. Just gotta. But you know, for some things, like when we have some family get-togethers and stuff, I'll cut up some celery pieces or cut up some little sweet mini peppers and cut them in strips and stuff. And you know, I can eat spinach dip, I can eat all the dips. Queso, you know, all of that. Just the vehicle that you use to scoop your scoop your dip. That's the only thing. So, you know, I like the low carb tortillas. I like, it's funny, I finally found the carb-free bread at Aldi's, and I wanted a grilled cheese sandwich, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. I just couldn't. But my husband said it tasted pretty good, so but I just couldn't do it, you know. I make a meat sauce, Italian meat sauce, and instead of pasta, I use the zucchini noodles. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I really do. Instead of a potato, I do cauliflower. My favorite, I love what they call loaded cauliflower. That's amazing. So amazing. It's like having a baked potato. And I like the way it tastes, so that's, why not, right? Wonderful. It's got sour cream and cream cheese and cheddar cheese. I always put a little butter in there. Bacon, green onions or chives. Man, it's wonderful. I love it. You can do the same thing with frozen broccoli cauliflower mix. You can do it with both of those. We've discovered the Halo ice cream, which is a low-carb ice cream, and we really like it. Just the regular Halo, not I don't care for the dairy-free one or the soy one or whatever that's called. And the keto one is okay. The keto one tastes pretty good. Sugar-free Jell-O with whipped cream. Let's see what else. I love Olive's Garden Zuppa Toscano. And I make it, well, a lot of the recipes call for you to make it with cauliflower, and that is good. I've made it with the cauliflower. But another thing that I make it with is I knew I was going to forget that, chayote squash. And the chayote squash is a heavier squash. It's more dense, more solid, and kind of like a potato. And if you could just make sure that you cut it up small enough, and then you cook your Zuppa Toscano. I like to cook it for quite a while, and that chayote just soaks up all those flavors from the sausage. And oh my goodness sakes, that's some good stuff. So I'm really happy that I've discovered some new foods, while doing the keto. There's I don't cook anything, it's extra. My husband does it along with me, but he does, like I made tuna salad, and he ate it on bread. I eat it with a fork. Sometimes he doesn't do bread, but sometimes he does. I'm just not gonna stress over it. When my son cooks, if he's making a potato dish, then he'll split it, and he'll make one half of it with potatoes, and he'll make one half with zucchini. And the zucchini's for me, which is very nice of him to do that. He doesn't have to do that. Last night I made a andouille sausage kind of hash, and chopped up small red potatoes in it, and then I picked out most of the potatoes on mine after I dished them up, and scooped them over on my husband's plate. It's okay. We do frittatas. We love frittatas. You can add so many things to a frittata. We do lots of sheet pans where you chop your meat up, and you can do raw meat. You can do chicken. you know, as long as you got it cut up in small enough pieces so that you make sure that it cooks really good. And when you do the sheet pan dinners, then you can add, you know, like half a potato or a potato halves or quarters or whatever. And then when you go to plate it, you just don't put any on your plate, you know. Every now and then I gotta have a sweet potato though. Love sweet potatoes. Love, love, love them. So that's what I'm saying. I don't stick to it. I'm not, you know, strict. I'm not doing strict keto, but I will. But you know, whenever I do have, and it's not, and I don't want to say a cheat day because it's not really a cheat day because this isn't a diet for me. It's a way of life. I plan on being this way for the rest of my life. So if I have something that I shouldn't have, then, you know, then I know that I'm going to have to maybe fast a little longer tomorrow, or, you know, maybe just do without tomorrow or something. That's all. But if you've never done keto or low carb, there's so many good sites and good suggestions out there, but the main thing is to know what you feel, know how you're feeling before you start. You know, do you have migraines? Do you have IBS? Do you have, you know, what are different things that you have? You know, like at one time I knew what it was. I didn't know what it was. And I was reading, and this one lady described cellular inflammation. That's exactly what was wrong. I was tight in my skin. That's how I felt. Felt like a little sausage. Tight in my skin. Okay, we got all that. Isn't that nice and thick? Look at that. How pretty is that? Oh my goodness sakes. Okay, we got our ribbons. One of the things I've been debating about is whether I was going to add a little bit of this red, white, and blue in there. And I just don't know. I got this at Hobby Lobby, and I only got one roll. But anyway, what I was saying is, know what is, you know, like, for instance, if ever you were on Atkins, say you did Atkins, and he tells you to cut back, well, you know, and then after a while, after a certain period of time, you can start adding back. Well, the whole reasoning behind that is because you have issues that are wrong with you, and you need to know why. You need to know there are certain foods that affect you, and let's see here. There are certain foods that affect you in different ways, you know, and some people don't realize that. You know, they affect you other than just making you fat, you know. Maybe they make you have diarrhea and you didn't realize that. Maybe they give you migraine headaches or whatever. Okay, I cut that one to 20, and I'm just going to ruffle it up here a little bit in the middle. Let's see here. Let's open up one of these just a little, not all the way. Oh, I kind of like that. I just don't want it to be so thick that it makes my ribbon tails stand up. I don't like that. I like it when they fluff over like they're supposed to. Let's see how that looks with the ribbon tail in it. What do you think? Okay, let me see here just a second. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Alright, so we're going to set this over here for a second, and we're going to put our mesh on our mesh roller here. We're going to measure out some, let's measure out some 20-inch pieces. What if maybe we did like every other one? 27. But anyway, the whole purpose of doing away with something for say a month or two is to see how your body reacts. Not only to doing away with it, but if you were to add it back, you know. And I can honestly tell you that the first time after I had been off stuff for about 2 months, I guess it was, I had a brunch, and you want to know where all the carbs are. All your carbs are at breakfast. And I really didn't overindulge, but I didn't like the way it made me feel. I did not feel good. I bloated so fast. I'm thinking about, I've never done a blog or a vlog or whatever you call it, but I am thinking about it. Just to give people a place to talk about, you know, like different diet things that work for them. No judgment, no criticism, whatever. Just to share some ideas, you know, because what works for me it may not work for you. And of course, we all know that what works for men doesn't work for women. You know, like in the morning time, I'm not a breakfast person, never really been much of a breakfast person, and I can get turned off of breakfast really easy if made to eat it, you know, and but I do like my butter coffee. And that's, I put ghee, which is clarified butter, and coconut oil in my coffee every morning. And I don't usually eat anything until lunchtime. And it's okay. I'm okay. It totally satisfies me. And so far, it's not, I just hate when it does that, but oh well. Well, we'll go ahead and do it around the top first. Now my husband eats yogurt every morning, and he has some fruit. But he is such a creature of habit, you know. When we first got married, it was cereal, and the man ate cereal all the time. I think that's a man thing. And then it went to oatmeal, and I can honestly tell you that the oatmeal did not help him lose weight whatsoever. So now he does yogurt, and he has dropped some weight. The fruit doesn't help because the fruit has a lot of sugar in it. But some of that's probably my fault too, because if I got up and made breakfast every morning, that probably would help. But I don't, and it's okay.
Going to go get a blizzard. Would you like something? I love you.
Okay, thanks for asking. See, just like that. That was my husband. He's going to Dairy Queen. He's going to get a blizzard. What do you think about that? But he did ask if I wanted something. This is looking really pretty, don't y'all think? Yeah. I will tell you, I don't necessarily like undoing my mesh once I've tied it in, because it tends to fray. The more you touch it, the more it's going to fray. Alright, we only got 2 more. Then we'll put our rest of our ribbons in. So what have you been doing? Have you been doing anything fun while you've been sheltering in? You know, we've watched some fun series on TV. In fact, we are finishing up. We are in the next to the last season of Downton Abbey. And boy, has that been fun. I cannot believe that I wasted all this time not watching that, because I just love it. Man. But we caught up on a whole bunch of stuff that we had not watched. And but Downton Abbey has been super fun. That's been a whole lot of fun. Our son's gone back to work, And so he's not home during the day, but he was home during the day, and he was working out of the kitchen, and he was taking classes and online classes for college. And but we don't turn the TV on until the evening. There we go. Look at there. How pretty is that? Okay, so we're just going to get back to putting our ribbons in. And again, these are our ribbon tails are cut to 13. And they're 2.5 inch. I'm just using the 2. Squeeze them in the middle. This is kind of a floppy ribbon. I'm not getting y'all. Oh, sorry about that. Hope I didn't make you too dizzy. Sometimes on this thread it's hard to tell which side's up. I normally start with my ribbons on the outside, but it's very interesting. I was watching someone the other day, and I don't even remember who it was, so I apologize for not giving you credit. But she was talking about how she goes from the inside out because in that way she doesn't lay back across her ribbon. And I thought, well, that makes a lot of sense. Sometimes, though, the reason that we do go from the outside is trying to make sure that our tails all point out. Yeah, the edge on this red is kind of wonky. So why don't you tell me where you're from? Post it in the comments, or leave me a comment. Tell me where you're from. I'm in Crowley, Texas, which is just on the south side of Fort Worth. I was born and raised in Fort Worth. Lived in Fort Worth all my life, with the exception of about from 2001 or 2000, October 2000, I moved to Colorado, and then moved back in 2011, in July of 2011. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm a Texan. You know, it's funny, my husband was born in Baltimore, and his dad worked on the missile program, so they traveled a lot, and he lived a lot of different places, but he graduated from high school in Pass Christian, Mississippi, and but then he moved to and went to college in Mississippi, And but then he moved to Colorado in his early 20s and lived there until we moved here in 2011. So he considers himself a Coloradan, or however they say it. I love Colorado. I love it. My sister-in-law lives there, and my brother, I have a brother that lives up in Boulder. And anyway, both my sister-in-laws live there, and nieces and great-nieces, great-nephew. One great-nephew, little Xander. But I needed to come home. My babies were having babies, and I wanted to come home and be grandma. So Chuck brought me home. Look at this. What do you guys think? Isn't that pretty? I just love it. Of course, red, white, and blue. And you know, I mean, it is a Texas Rangers wreath, but you know, this is Memorial Day weekend, so I hope you're showing your pride for your country and putting your flag out. I need to go change my wreath on my front door, get my flag out, put my patriotic wreath up. It's funny, I've been sitting here waiting and waiting and waiting, it seemed like, on materials so I could finish this wreath. I've got 2 others that I need to get finished, and I've been waiting on materials. And so to try to keep myself busy, I've been doing some training classes, and anyway, so once all the stuff got here, I just was in the middle of training. So anyway, today I got up and I started pulling stuff out to make a different wreath, and I'm like, Linda, you need to get Miss Mildred's wreath finished. We need to get Miss Mildred's wreath finished. I got a pineapple wreath over here to finish for Miss Layton, and then hopefully by then the other sides will have come in and we can get another Texas Rangers wreath done. And then that's probably going to be about it on the Rangers wreaths. I'm not, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to get the red, white, and blue product. You know, because a lot of people are buying so much of it for 4th of July. And oh, that went the wrong way. Look at there. I'm like, what is wrong with this picture? Oh. And you know, it's really interesting that I don't make two wreaths alike. And so there's always something a little different. Whether it's like, I know I used a different red, white, and blue mesh on the other two Ranger ones. I think I used a different ribbon on one of them. But that's what makes them unique. That's what makes them unique. You don't want yours to be exactly like somebody else's, you know. When Sally contacted me and said, my mom's friend wants one exactly like hers, I'm like, I'll see, but I had to let her know that I couldn't get any more metal signs. They just were not to be found. But there was some really cute wooden ones out there, and sent her pictures. She shared them with the lady, and the lady made a decision, and everybody's going to be happy, I think. So, oh goodness, we're getting there really quick. You know, most of my wreaths are made for outdoors. Deco mesh is made for outdoors. It is a-okay, but you know, it's just like anything else. It's going to fade with the sun. If you have it in direct sunlight, or if you have it exposed to the elements, you know, stuff's going to fade. That just happens. But so it's recommended that you have a good overhang on your porch, or your, you know, maybe you could even hang it inside. It's going to be too thick to put between the doors. If you, so if ever you're ordering a wreath and you have a storm door and you would like it to be, to put it between your storm door and your front door, then you're going to want what's called a pancake wreath. I'm going to show y'all just a second. So, look, you can see the difference here. Can you tell the difference in the height? Seriously, here's this one. Here's this one. Yeah, this one will fit between your front door. This is called a pancake wreath. This one has to go on the outer door. It has to. So, okay, so we have all of our ribbons in there. Oh, it's so pretty, so patriotic. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, and so now we just need to make a bow, don't we? All right. I'll be going through here and clipping some strings. Got a little bit of fraying going on. Not too bad, though. It just happens. I love this. Pretty, pretty. Okay, so we're going to use our Deluxe Easy Bow Maker here. And I pulled out some different ribbons. Of course, we have our plaid one and our solid red, which, and then we have a 1.5 inch. It's a lighter shade of blue, but it'll be okay. We also have a 1.5 inch blue gingham, and we have a 2.5 inch red polka dot, which I think looks really cute. Also have a red and white plaid. So let's see what we can do here. Okay. I don't know. We're just gonna play along, and we'll see what we come up with. So I'm going to make about a 6-inch tail, and we're going to go ahead and fold our ribbon, cut and make our dovetail. See there? Okay, so we're going to measure out about 6. We're going to put it down on here. We're going to twist, and we're going to make a 6-inch loop. Let's pull some of that out. Okay, there's 6. Push it down. Come over here to 6. Alright, I'm going to try to decide, am I going to do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1? I'm going to go ahead and do 2 6-inch loops. And I have a reason for that. So. Okay, so in this last one then we don't need to just measure it out here. We'll go ahead and cut it. Oh, oh, oh. All right, there we go. Okay, and then we're going to come with our plaid. Since these were our 2 main colors, or maybe not, maybe we'll do a polka dot. Let's do the polka dot there. How about that? No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't. Hang on a second. Okay, so we have 2.5 of that same blue, but we also have a 2.5 of this stripe. Let's do the stripe. Let's do the stripe. This ribbon, and I don't know why, I'm sure it's got called something, but it always makes me think of a man's starched business shirt. It's so crispy. Okay, we're going to stay with the 6. We'll do 6 here. And come over here. We're just going to do 1 of each. And do 1 loop on each side. Alright. Oh, that one's kind of long. Let's go ahead and do this one. Oh, this is a cute little ribbon. Oh, that didn't cut. I didn't cut that good. Whoa, that was sad. There we go. All right. We're going to come in just a little bit. We're going to do 2 on each side. Probably I'm doing this all wrong, huh? But oh well. I don't think you could be wrong on making bows, can you? Huh? Okay, we're going to come in here and we're going to do our plaid. Yeah, here we are. I don't know. Let's do this one. Changing my mind. Just like a woman, huh? It's my prerogative, right? Okay. Let's see how much are we going to get out of this one. Well, looky there. That's pretty much what we needed. Just what we needed. So we're just going to come down there. And that's fine. Okay. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do one of the polka dot, and then we'll finish up with that check on top. Just because I think that polka dot's cute, and it's just a single loop. And then we'll go with this little gingham check one. And again, we're just going to, we're going to make a 3-loop bow on it. Okay, so we come in here, we're going to twist and twist. And then you'll have to really work with it when you go to pull it out, because your ties for this particular one are both on the same side. Okay, so you got to really watch for it. All right. I was going to say, I have some extra long zip ties in here. Okay, you can take your zip tie and you're going to slip it in right here beside the post. And you're going to pull it a little bit. Okay, but before I do this, I've got to do one more thing. I forgot to get a pipe cleaner, and in fact, you know what, I probably should have got 2. Sometimes when your wreath is really thick, when your wreath is really thick, you're going to want to use 2 pipe cleaners. So you just take 2 and you just twist them together here in the middle. That way it makes it extra long, so because you don't want to squish your bow. And you can give it a pull on it like that. Okay, so then we take our bow off of the bow maker, and if you look here, you can see the little indentation. So we're going to very carefully slide our zip tie over into that spot. Okay, now I'm going to put my thumb inside that loop. We're going to pull this around to the back. We're going to just tighten it a little bit. And do you remember, I mean, we really pretty much had all of our ties already over here in the middle, right? So we don't have to do a whole lot there. Don't want to jerk on it too much while you don't have it tight. But as soon as you get it there, and then most of our loops are where we want them to be. Alright, and then we can slide our pipe cleaner, Chanel stem, whatever you call them. I call them pipe cleaners. That's what we have always called them all my life, so I'm going to change that now. Okay, pull that in there. Okay, now we're going to pull this zip tie real tight. Over here and cut it off. Well, we don't have to cut it off just yet. Some people like to hang on to it along with the pipe cleaner and make sure that your bow is all fluffed out really nice and pretty, but I think ours is. I think we did a really good job with it on the bow maker. All right. So when we get ready to cut this off. And twist my pipe cleaners a couple of times. Look at that bow. Isn't that cute? Of course, you're going to fluff it some more. Okay, and then we've got our sign to put in here. Texas Rangers. Where is it? So you see a little bit better. Move some of these things out of the way so I can move things back a little bit. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, and then we need to wire on our sign. This is a 26 gauge wire. I ordered it off of Amazon, I think. Might have been from Walmart, I don't know. But it, I ordered it twice. So I ended up getting 4 rolls of it, which is okay because Walmart does not have any. That's what we normally get. Okay, we also have our bat, which we'll stick it through the center loop like that and let it rest, come to rest down here between the ties, just like that. I can't see, you know. So in this instance, I think we're going to put the sign on first. I think we're going to go ahead and do that. Oh. You guys, it is so hot out here today. Wow. It is really, really hot, really humid out here. And I feel like I am melting. I'm not, but I feel like it. Okay. Alright, got that in there. Not too shabby. Let's pull that ribbon out so it doesn't get too smushed. Now, before I put that bow on, I'm going to go ahead and secure this all the way. That way we don't smush our bow. I just love making wreaths. I started making them as gifts, and then I made some for my girls for their front doors, and of course for my own front door, and for my mama, and some friends have purchased a few, and I've made some for high school as well as college fundraisers. And I have a friend that her little girl has cystic fibrosis, and I've made a couple for her fundraisers. And anyway, I just really like making them. I really like making them. But I'm trying to get my Etsy shop up and stocked, so that people don't have to wait on me. They see something they like, they go, they get it, it's done, you know, and they don't have to wait on me. Okay, so let's try putting our, see about our bow. How high do we want this bow? This kind of right here. I think so. I think we'll come on each side of this ribbon tie. And then the other ribbon ties, I'm probably just gonna leave them. You know, I'll probably just leave them. They're not too, they kind of add to, I like it. I think they add another dimension. I might twist them a couple more times, but I see putting that extra pipe cleaner on there, that we were able to attach this bow and not have to worry too much about whether it was gonna sink down too bad. Oh, that looks so pretty. Oh my goodness sakes. Look at there. I know y'all can see that. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it, love it, love it. I should have curled my ribbons before I did that. But, oh well. If you pull on the tails across them, this is so cute. Alright, so then we're just going to fix our bat where it just kind of goes through the loop and comes across like that. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to use my staple gun. And we're going to pull off a couple more pieces of wire. Miss Mildred was ordering this for her son for his birthday, and I think his birthday is either next month or in July. Alright, so we're going to come in here wire right about there. And take our other piece. Alrighty. Alright, this piece I want to go down between all the tails. So, uh-oh. Okay, Linda. Now, let's see here. Gotta find a better way to do this. All right, I gotta use my tool. Okay, I like to use this little, can you see this? It's called a bent tip tapestry needle. And this works really great for threading your wire down through your frames, whether it's mesh or whether it's grapevine. And in this case, it's the mesh wreath. Okay. So I got that one through there. Let's do this one. You can also get them. They're called, another one is called a weaver's needle. And you can get it. And I think it's plastic. I think it might be a little bit longer. I don't know. I haven't had one, so. Okay. Alright, so we have both of those. Alright, so that's about where I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and twist this off a little bit. It's interesting because it's right there at the same place that the bow is tied. Alright, last thing I want is for this bat to go flying off, so I'm really twisting it on there good. Okay, so now we got to go down here and do the other end. And then we'll fluff our bow one more time and we're done. Okay? Okay. Okay, got that one pulled through. And we're just going right down through the mesh. And then when I get underneath, then I will look and see if I'm close to the bars or where am I? Where am I? See, I want that under. Kind of want that maybe come across there. Yeah, just like that. Okay. Okay, all right, I think we're good there. All right, can y'all see that? Look there, how cute is that? How cute is that? I'll try to raise this up a little bit. There we go. Oh, so she gets ready to hang it. It's going to be hung like this. Oh, like this. This. I love it. I think it's so pretty. I'm gonna move it over here and put it on this wall for a minute so you guys can see. That'll help us when we. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and put our tie on it, right? Go right here. This is a pretty full wreath. It is very thick. Oh, me, oh, my. Can you see? How cute is that? Huh? How cute is that? Let me see if I can move some stuff out of the way and then I can slide the camera up closer. Last time I tried to do that, I just flung stuff all over the place. Goodness sakes. I'm making y'all sick. Sorry. There you go. What do you think about that? I think Miss Mildred's going to be really happy. I think she will. So hey you guys, thank you so much for joining me. This is Linda at Wreaths by Linda. Again, if this is your first time here, I hope that you've been inspired and I hope you'll go over there and click that subscribe button. If you also click on the little red bell, it'll let you know the next time that I upload new content. got a whole host of things to do, more creations to come. And I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me while we finish Miss Mildred's Texas Rangers wreath. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Have a good day.